What's going on, boys? In this video, I'm going to be breaking down how you can get in shape eating literally whatever the fuck you want, okay? Whether that's Raising Cane's, ice cream, whatever, okay? And if you're wondering, why should I be listening to this little Filipino kid, okay? This is me before. I was fat, out of shape. I had that weird skinny fat physique where it's like, I have that belly, but at the same time, I have like really skinny arms, right? And now this is me right here. I have that nice lean toned physique. Am I the biggest bodybuilder in the world? No, but is that what we want? At the end of the day, we want that nice lean toned physique to be confident and to have the energy, right? And here's some proof right here. Me eating some ice cream with cookies. It's called the cowboy cookie, I think. I'm not too sure. And this is me eating some Raising Canes, right? And this video is not for people that's trying to eat only whole foods all the time or trying to maximize their life with no seed oils and trying to be like this guy Santa Cruz, right? We want to have, that flexibility. And this video is for people that has a family that you guys, go out and eat sometimes. This video is for you if you want to have some fast food sometimes, like some McDonald's, some Wendy's, some Jack in the Box, and, also have that flexibility and not overdo it, and also eat some whole foods when we want to, right? And obviously, if you clicked on this video, I want you to bring out a pen and paper. I don't want you to just be playing this in the background. So if you are, save this video for another time. But I actually want your full focus on this video, okay? So before we get into it, here's this little study that was done on the Twinkie Man. Twinkie Man refers to Mark Hobb, or Hobe. I'm not too sure how you pronounce his name. But he's a professor who lost 27 pounds in 10 weeks by eating mostly junk food, including Twinkies, as a part of a calorie deficit experiment, right? A lot of people try to go keto, carnivore, or 1 meal a day, but that's just indirectly putting you within the calorie deficit, and that's the reason why it works. So if you understand that all you need is what's called a calorie deficit, where you go calories in and calories out, then you will lose weight. It doesn't matter if you do cardio, if you don't do cardio. It doesn't matter if you eat whole foods, if you eat fast food. If you're within that calorie deficit, you're going to lose weight, okay? And this Twinkie Man is the perfect example of that. Look at this. He was eating some Swiss rolls, some whatever with a drink, right? It's not like he was eating the ground beef eggs and the TikTok meal, right? He was eating whatever the fuck he wanted to eat, right? So just understand these two things. These are the only two things that I want you to understand: protein and calories, right? Yes, there's micronutrients and there's carbs and fats, but if you want to eat whatever the fuck you want, just understand protein and calories. And that's how I used it, because I understood protein and calories. So protein is going to help you build and maintain your muscle mass, okay? Build and maintain muscle, right? And calories is going to determine your body fat. Not body fat. It's going to determine your body weight, okay? So everybody has their own calorie maintenance, right? Calorie maintenance. So everybody has their own calorie. Bro, don't even judge me, guys. I don't know how to spell maintenance, all right? I know I'm Asian, relax, but my spelling might be off sometimes. I'm human, okay? So everybody has their own calorie maintenance. If you eat the same amount as your calorie maintenance, guess what? You're going to stay the same. So if you've been stuck at the same body weight for the longest time now, if you're stuck at 180 pounds or 200 pounds, it's because you're eating as the calorie maintenance of a 200-pound person, or you're eating the calorie maintenance of a 180-pound person, right? And if you've been gaining weight, if you've been eating on a surplus, so more calories than your calorie maintenance, you're going to gain weight, okay? And if you've been eating less, if you eat on a deficit, you're going to lose weight, okay? So, oh my gosh, my spelling. All right, so if you eat the same amount of calories as your calorie maintenance, you're going to stay the same. If you eat on a surplus, which is more calories than your calorie maintenance, you're going to gain weight. If you eat on a deficit, which is less calories than your calorie maintenance, you're going to lose weight, right? So if we just use these two things, which is protein and calories, we know for a fact that if we eat less calories, we're going to drop the weight. And if we eat our protein intake, we're going to still build and maintain our muscle mass, right? The reason why a lot of people, don't lose weight or they don't want to cut down is simply because they think that they're going to look skinnier, or they think that they'll look smaller. But do I look smaller or do I look bigger in this picture, right? I weigh less in this picture than I weighed in this picture. In this picture, I weighed about 160 pounds. And in this picture, I weigh about, I think, 150 now. I dropped from 160 to 140. Then I did like a lean bulk. But I'm 150 pounds now. But in that picture, I looked like I gained weight. I looked like I gained muscle. But deep down, it's just an illusion. And that you got toner. You got leaner, right? And that's the reason why I was able to build that nice lean tone physique. Because I understood my protein and calories, right? And if you want to go a step deeper or whatever, there's also carbs and fats. And I promise you guys, carbs and fats, they're important, but it's not as important as the protein and calories, right? If you want to eat whatever the fuck you want, just dial in the protein and calories. But if you want to maximize each and every little thing and be Santa Cruz, whatever, all right, eat your carbs, eat your fats. So how much protein, fats, and carbs should you be eating? Okay, so for protein, you should be eating, 0.7 grams per pound of body weight, or 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. And I would say just stick to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. So if you weigh 180 pounds, eat, guess how much, guys? 180 grams of protein, okay? And as far as your fats, eat about 0.3 to 0.5 grams of fats. And for your carbs, just fill in the rest of your calories. Rest of your calories with carbs, okay? So, carbs are going to be used as energy at the gym. So if you eat a nice amount of carbs before the gym, you're going to be using that as energy. So you're going to have a better pump. You're going to have a better workout. Fats are going to help with your hormones, so with your skin, just overall how you feel. And protein, like I said, it's going to help build and maintain your muscle mass. But the reason why I say just focus on your protein and calories, simply because when you're eating whatever the fuck you want, when you go, to McDonald's, when you go to eat out with your friends and family, it's going to be hard trying to track the fats and carbs, right? So it's just best to just eat the protein and calories, right? So how exactly do you find your calorie deficit, and how do you find your calorie maintenance? Just go on this app right here. It's called a TDEE calculator, .net. So you're just going to put in your gender, age, weight, and height, and leave the activity level as sedentary. As soon as you put that in, you're going to get your calorie maintenance, right? That's the amount of calories that you would be eating every single day if you want to maintain your weight. So what's the next step from here? Just subtract 300 to 500 calories from that. 300 to 500 calories from that. And that's how much calories you should be eating if you want to lose weight, okay? But if you want to maintain your weight, eat the same amount of calories as your maintenance calories. And if you want to gain weight, just eat, on a 200 calorie surplus, so that you don't gain too much body fat, okay? So how exactly do you track your calories with that app? How exactly are you going to start tracking your calories? Just use this app. It's called MyFitnessPal app. You can go on that app, and let's say you go eat McDonald's. You can put a hamburger in there. You can put a cheeseburger in there. And then it'll show the amount of calories in it, the amount of protein in it. So you'll be able to track, if you're going over your calorie intake, if you're hitting your protein intake, and all of those type of things. And at the end of the day, if you want to have that nice lean toned physique, you can't just eat and then not go to the gym. You need to do what's called progressively overloading at the gym. So that means either bumping up your, these pictures are just way too crazy. All right, so it just means bumping up your sets, your reps. All right, that's an R, okay? Reps or weight, okay? So if you bump up your sets, for a fact you're putting on muscle. If you bump up your reps, for a fact you're putting on muscle. If you bump up your weight, for a fact you're putting on muscle, okay? But a lot of people think that you need to have 3 of these things. I'm so fob. Oh my gosh. A lot of people think that you need 3 of these things, but all you really need is just one of these things, right? So let's say you did 180 pounds on the bench press for, let's say, 7 reps, okay? The next week, you could just add another set of the same amount of weight and the same amount of reps. Or the next week, you can do 8 reps. Oh, what the hell? The next week, you can do 8 reps. Or the next week, you can just do 185 pounds for maybe 6 reps, right? And if you're pushing more weight, you're adding more reps, you're adding more sets, you're adding more reps, you know for a fact you're putting on muscle so that you can achieve that nice lean toned physique that you want, okay? If this video was really helpful for you guys, I would really appreciate a sub. And if you guys want to see more videos like this, just take a look at my YouTube channel. I drop a lot of value just like this video right here. And if you're looking to lose weight and put on muscle and you need help with that, fill out the form link in the description, or just book a call with me straight from the description. Other than that, boys, you guys have a good one. Hope this video helped you guys out. Peace out.